You have reached meeting point to the lake stronghold. Elyon reaches the stronghold. The lake surrounds most parts of his walls. A drawbridge is the only access to the main entrance, which is guarded by a small army of magical armor. They are animated and commanded with the magic power of the vampire. You have reached Strong Lake. The lake is among the mountains. Since the stronghold is protected by it, the stronghold must have been a very important strategic point in war. By the way, the lake is very beautiful and clean. Among the mountains, it looks even more particular. The lake is among the corpses. On the top of the stronghold, there are a lot of corpses. They are exposed to the outside, tied with a rope. The most grotesque detail is the fact that all the corpses are beheaded. On the outside to the breach, Elyon can enter inside that breach on the left wall of the stronghold with the help of the bat relic. Elyon uses the bat relic and morphs into a bat. Then he flies inside the narrow passage. Elyon enters as a bat through a narrow passage. There's a system of small passages which connects the rooms of the stronghold in a different way than the doors. With the bat echo, he will be aware of what's inside the room, yet he won't be able to interact with the contents of the rooms while inside those passages. You have reached Stronghold. Cross outside the west, north, east, north to the lake. Ballista. Crossbows. Outside the breach. West exit. North exit. East exit. Northwest exit. You have reached Stronghold. Southwest. Embrasures. Cursed blade. Living armor. Crank. Living bolts. Southeast exit. Northeast exit. Elyon reaches the center of the stronghold. Then he notices a creature. An imp has just discovered him. It must be the familiar of the vampire. Luckily, imps can't communicate with telepathy, or it would have been the end. But he quickly turns around and tries to escape to inform his master. Elyon must stop and kill him as soon as possible. He's following a misleading pattern and will try to lose Elyon on the way. He already disappeared from sight and went into another room. You have reached Stronghold. West Shield. Met. South. South. Northeast. You have reached Hole Chest. South. Southeast. Hole Chest. Hole. Elyon barely noticed it. There's a hole hidden in the shadow. There's nothing inside. Chest. Southwest. Southeast. You have reached Stronghold. East. Table. Live. South. Northwest exit. North exit. Table. Lever. Living. Southwest exit. You have reached Stronghold. Southeast. Embrace. Live. Crank. Cursed. Northwest. You have reached Met. South. South. Northeast. North. You have reached Shell Floor. Head. South. Southwest. Shell Floor. Head. Southeast. Southwest. You have reached leave north one way, east north. Imp! Elyon spots the imp. It quickly flies away into another room. You have reached cursed cabinet, cursed lever, northeast. You have reached stronghold, northwest, shelf floor, head south, southwest, imp, shelf, southwest, imp. Elyon spots the imp. It quickly flies away into another room. You have reached shelf floor, headless, southwest, west, shelves floor, headless, southeast. You have reached stronghold, center, west, south, northwest, south, northeast. You have reached whole chest, southeast, whole chest, southwest, southeast. You have reached living, south, northwest, north. Imp! The imp keeps running away from one room to another one, and Elyon can't reach him. He must try another approach, or the imp will lose him. Maybe there's something in a room that could help him in the chase. You have reached table, living, lever, living, south, northwest. You have reached stronghold, northeast, hole. Actually, Elyon could hide inside it and wait for the imp. Perhaps he could pass by here. In that way, Elyon will be able to ambush him. If Elyon decides to hide himself in the hole and wait for the imp, then he must stand here and wait some time without doing anything. The imp is there. He's drawing some rune in a specific point of the passage, which opens a secret passage. Before the imp can pass through the passage, Elyon attacks him from behind and engages him in a fight. It will be difficult to dodge in this narrow space. Also, Elyon will be able to fight only as a bat. The battle begins. 100% life points. 100% life points. 100%. The battle ends. Elyon gains 210 experience points. Elyon increases his experience level. Elyon gets Blood Vial. Press Control to continue. The imp is dead. Before the vampire can notice it, Elyon must pass from that passage and accomplish his mission. You have reached Stronghold, northeast. You opened the inventory page. 33 Blood Vial. You opened life point, experience point. Elyon reached level 6. 11,830. Outside the narrow passage, east exit, southeast exit, southwest exit, chest. South chest, hole, outside, east exit, southeast exit, southwest exit. You have reached Stronghold, center, south exit, west exit, east exit, north exit. Northwest exit. You have west, strong, south, headless, floor, shelves, west exit, southwest, southeast exit. You have south, west exit, east exit, north exit, northwest, northeast. You have reached outside the narrow passage. Elyon is going to exit the narrow passage. Elyon exits from the narrow passage. Then, when he lands, he turns back into a dhampir. You have reached stronghold, north. Saving point. You saved the game. Puppeteer vampire. Bottle. There's a bottle at the foot of the bookshelf. As expected, it contains human blood. Elyon gets 1 blood vial. The bottle is bookshelf. There are books about engineering, electronics, and many other ones about the Middle Ages. Among the books, Elyon notices a piece of paper. There's a note inside it. The big brother chose the path to the right instead. He found the power. Among the books, Elyon metal scraps. Every shape and size of metal piece is stacked in a corner. Every shape and size. Desk. On the desk, there's a pile of notebooks, many pens, pencils, and rubbers. On the paper, the vampire wrote an impressive amount of projects. There are a lot of structures, models, explanations, and calculations. On the desk, the metal grate. Elyon uses the mist relic and morphs into mist. He can pass through the gate. There's an object behind it. Since Elyon doesn't know what it is, he just leaves it there. Narrow passage, south exit, saving point. You saved the game. Puppeteer vampire. Elyon dashes toward the vampire. The surprise attack is a success. The vampire barely managed to avoid the slash to his throat. He's unprepared for the fight. Considering that he commands living constructs as weapons, this time he will have to fight without them. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elyon gains 350 experience points. Elyon gets blood vial. Press control. It was easier than he expected. The vampire lost. Elyon notices he touched something, so Elyon immediately knocks him to the ground. He hears the sound of moving gates. Hoping that the vampire didn't call for reinforcements, Elyon cuts his throat. The vampire won't be able to shout. He's in agony. Elyon must extract his vampire essence before he dies. He already saw it happen with his eyes once, with Dracula. At that time, it was him that was the victim. But now that bad memory will prove useful for his purpose. Elyon exposes the torso of the vampire. Then he stabs it with his claws. He invokes the sensation he felt that day. Now he can see the essence of the vampire flowing through his hand. Elyon watches the eyes of his prey. That gaze, it's the same. Once more, Elyon can see himself inside the eyes of his enemy. It feels strange staying on the other side. The vampire dies with eyes filled with terror. Elyon has his essence in his hands, as he does with blood vials. Elyon covers the essence with his dhampir powers, so he obtains one vampire essence. Now he must escape from the stronghold, but even the narrow passage has been closed. He will have to proceed as a dhampir and find another way. Luckily, he won't have to worry as before about the living constructs, now that the vampire has died. They will follow a simple artificial intelligence. Bookshelf, metal bookshelf. Among the book, bottle, saving the bottle is you saved the south narrow pass. The narrow passage is closed. South exit. You have reached stronghold, center, south exit, west exit, east exit. At the end of the corridor, a group of living armor is guarding a lever on the wall. The armor holds a halberd in one hand and a shield in the other. Even if they have a helmet, there's nothing inside it. You have reached north exit, west exit, north exit. Elyon can't open the door. It's locked by a mechanism. West exit, northwest exit. As a dhampir, Elyon can't even see the passage, since it's above the ceiling. Southwest living armor. The battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting more faster. Than 75%. The battle ends. Elyon gains 150. North and west, lever. Elyon pulls the lever. He hears the sound of a mechanism. Living armor. The battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. Less than 7. The battle ends. Elyon gains 150. North exit, west exit. You have south, west, east, north. You have reached stronghold, saving point. You saved the game. South exit. You have reached south, strong, west, east, west exit. Passing through a corridor, Elyon reaches one wide room. He notices two blades which are floating around the room on their own. They must be cursed blades. They work like living armor but move faster, even if the body is easier to destroy. On the wall there's a lever. You have reached stronghold, west, north, east exit, north exit. Elyon can't open the door. East egg, one way, northeast egg, leave cursed blade. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elyon gains 140. North exit. Lever. Elyon pulls the lever. He hears the sound of a mechanism, and also the sound of a gate being pulled up. Northeast lever. One way. East exit. North exit. Elyon can't open. East exit. You have southwest. East exit. You have reached north exit. Elyon can't open the door. It's locked by a mechanism. Elyon table. Living armor. The battle begins. More than 75% life points. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The battle ends. Elyon, north exit, west exit, north west. You have south stronghold, send west exit, south exit. You have reached stronghold, south, to the lake. The entrance door is locked. A mechanism controls whether the door is locked or unlocked. Northwest east exit. A pair of cursed blades wander through the room. There's also a living armor. There's a crank on the wall behind it. You have reached stronghold, southeast, cursed blade. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elyon gains 140 embrasure. From here, it's possible to fire with crossbows at people outside the fortress. From here, living armor. The battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The battle ends. Elyon gains 150 embrasure crank. The crank has been turned clockwise. Will Elyon turn it counterclockwise? Press the Elyon turns the crank counterclockwise. He hears a mechanism moving. Cursed blade. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elyon gains 140 embrace crank. Northwest, northeast, south embrasure, south exit. You have reached to the lake. Northwest exit. Less than 75% life points. The battle ends.
Elyon gains 500 experience points.
Press control. What just happened? Elyon has been caught by surprise by a screaming giant armor which fell from the ceiling. It was screaming like a madman. Now the armor is just a bunch of metal scraps. To the lake. The entrance door is locked. Ballista. The first thing someone can see after entering inside the stronghold is that ballista. Crossbow outside the breach. On a wall nearby, there are many crossbows. They are good enough to welcome an invader. On a wall, out west exit, north exit. Now that Elyon got the mist relic, he can pass, even if the gate is down. You have reached Stronghold, Center, Weapons. There are plenty of melee weapons along the walls. Elyon is fine with his weapons. There are shields. Shields of every shape and size are scattered around the room. There's even some tower shields. Shields of metal joints. Many metal joints are stacked in a corner of the room. Perhaps they are replacement parts for the whole army of living armor. As Elyon further checks the joints, he notices a piece of paper stuck among them. It looks like a note. It says, "If the brothers will be greedy, then they will go out with nothing in their hands." As southwest, south, northeast, northwest, north exit. You have saved strong. You saved the game. South exit. You have reached south, west, east. You have reached strong north exit. The mechanism is not interfering. Elyon unlocks the door. Inside this room, there's a chest. Could it be treasure? The room was locked with a difficult mechanism, so it should be something important. You have reached Stronghold, northeast. Hole. Chest. Southwest, southeast. Outside the narrow hole. Chest. At the center of the room, there's a chest. Elyon has some bad memory about chests, so he stays alert and opens the chest. Inside it, there's a sword. Not a common one. This is a magic sword called Shadowbane. All creatures of the night fear this blade. Elyon will use this sword from now on. When the sword gets close to a creature of the night, its blade emits a blue gleam. In that state, Elyon will be able to deal more damage in battle with his attacks. The sword can be used only while in dhampir shape. The chest is empty. You opened the inventory page. 33. You're back. Southwest exit. Southeast east outside east exit. Outside the narrow passage. As a dhampir. East exit. You have north strong west exit. You have south west east north. You have saved stronghold. You saved the game. Narrow south. You have reached south exit. You have reached strong to the lake. Northwest. Mad east exit. Mad armor scraps. The metal joints fell apart. All the pieces are detached. It's quite a bulky pile of metal scraps which don't move anymore. The metal east exit. You have reached stronghold. Southeast, south exit, northeast exit, northwest cursed blade. The battle begins.
%100 life points.
The battle ends. Elyon, south exit. You have to the north strong mad east north west exit. There's a small room. Some magical armor guards a crank attached to the wall. There's also a cursed blade which floats around the room. You have reached stronghold, southwest, embrasures. There are more openings here. There's a wide view of the outside. Elyon must have been lucky. If they had spotted him while flying as a bat, he would have been a goner. There are more cursed blade. The battle begins. The battle ends.
Elyon gains 140 experience points.
Press embrasures, living armor. The battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The battle ends.
Elyon gains 150 experience points.
Press embrace crank. The crank has been turned counterclockwise. Will Elyon turn it clockwise? Press the left arrow to turn the crank. Press the right arrow to not do that. Elyon turns the crank clockwise. He hears a mechanism moving, and also the sound of some door that unlocks. Embrasure, south exit. Elyon exits the room and goes to the entrance. The scraps of the mad armor suddenly animate on their own. He can hear the noisy voice of the armor as the pieces gather together and reassemble the body in a different way. Instead of the right arm, there's a chain of floating gears which revolve around themselves. Instead of the hand, there's a metallic head with only a mouth. The same happened to its head. It almost looks like they are two serpentine bodies connected to the armor. The armor screams even louder from the two mouths. They spit fire and rotate in a chaotic pattern, while the left arm swings the blade non-stop. The armor is much stronger than before. You have reached stronghold, south to the lake. Northwest exit. Mad armor. Northeast exit. North exit. West exit. Outside crossbows. North exit. You have reached south, west egg, east egg, north egg. You have saved stronghold. You saved again south egg. You have south stronghold, west south exit. You have reached stronghold, south, east. Mad armor. Elyon is ready to fight. Beware its flamethrowers. The battle begins.
More than 75% life points. Less than 50% life points. Less than 50% life points. Less than 50% life points. More than 75% life points.
Ends.
Elyon gains 650 experience points.
Press Control to continue. This time the core of the armor is exposed. Elyon pierces it with one last jab. It shatters. The mad armor makes one last deafening scream. Now it's dead for real. The metal components oxidize immediately and turn into a rust powder. The entrance of the stronghold is free. You opened the inventory page.
23
Blood vial. You're back in the map. East exit. North exit. West exit. Outside the breach. Crossbows. Ballista. Northwest to the lake. You have breached to the stronghold entrance. You have to the lake. Strong. You have breached to the stronghold. To outside the stronghold. You have reached meeting point.
Digits,